The frenzy is here. Now on Daybreak, we're live at Zeeland Stadium. From your football frenzy forecast to live interviews with the people who help make the games happen, we have you covered this morning. While we're live at a high school football stadium, we might as well keep getting you ready to go back to school. Our series continues this morning with a look at how teachers are using technology to change the classroom culture.
Live from 24-Hour News 8, this is Daybreak with Brett, Emily, Terry, and Matt.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Daybreak. It's now 5 a.m., and we have been freed from the studio shackles. We're coming to you live from a football stadium in Zeeland right now to chat about football frenzy. We've got a big show planned for you, all sorts of stuff going on here. But, of course, we're also going to be getting you up to date on the news of the day, and we're going to be talking about Terry DeBoer, who's about ready to do something she hasn't done on television ever before.
In a very long time, that's right. I dug through the closet, and I was a majorette. One of my hidden secrets, I was a majorette in high school and in college, so here I was twirling and coming up later.
She's been looking forward to this forever to be able to do this.
I was watching the football frenzy preview last night, and I ran in the closet and grabbed a baton. I thought, you know what? I might just bring this onto the show tomorrow. Yeah. One day of my career, I could get away with it, right? Well, you talk about just the energy and the excitement for football season, high school football. It really brings the community together. And Zeeland, I think, is a really unique place because this is a stadium, of course, supported by the community. Zeeland East and Zeeland West, the Chicks and the Ducks, both play all of their home games here. And so you can definitely just feel that Zeeland community pride here. And just wait until 5:30, 6 o'clock this evening as everything gets underway here. And then, of course, kickoff at 7 o'clock tonight. Just amazing.
And not just for Zeeland. Kickoff for all sorts of teams, too. All across West Michigan. It's football season, guys, and we're excited about it.
And we embrace it. This is, of course, our spotlight game for tonight. Zeeland West, the defending state champions. And so one of the big focus games. But, of course, we have crews fanned out in every corner of West Michigan.
So is it going to rain tonight for the game?
Well, the million-dollar question, just cut right to the chase, right, Brett? Well, the good news is today and tonight we look dry for the Frenzy games. This is a unique week, though, because it's a holiday weekend, and so we've got games tonight and tomorrow night. So tonight's games look dry from start to finish. You see, we're cool and crisp this morning. Temperatures are in the 50s. Emily was wondering if anybody had some gloves or mittens that she could borrow. A little cool out here. Readings to the north are in the 40s. So during the day today, plenty of sunshine. Temperatures will climb up to almost 70 by noon. Then we'll be in the mid-70s for highs today. A gentle northeasterly breeze at 5 to 10. You can see sunset 8:23 this evening. So kickoff temps are going to be in the 70s still. And by the time the final downs are played, readings will still hold in the 60s. So probably not going through a lot of hot chocolate at the concession stands tonight. But my guess is they'll be selling a lot of hot dogs and probably a lot of pop.
Oh, I think you're right.
Could use some hot chocolate about now, though.
Exactly.
So we're
going to be previewing what we're expecting for tomorrow. Maybe some rain for tomorrow evening's game. We'll talk more about that. And, of course, look ahead to the holiday weekend forecast coming up.
All right. Thank you so much, Terry. Well, right now, we want to send things back to the studio right now with Coco McAvoy.
Good morning, Coco.
Good morning, Emily and Brett. Let's just get right to those big stories of the day. A police chase ended with a crash in Grand Rapids, sending the motorcyclist to the hospital. Michigan State Police were chasing the motorcyclist when the biker crashed into a car on Leonard Street Northwest near Broadway Avenue. A witness says the biker was being chased when they sped up to beat a car that was getting ready to turn. The car clipped the back of the bike, sending the motorcyclist flying, according to the witness. The biker was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. And a 19-year-old man is recovering after being shot in Grand Rapids. The man says he was walking on Prince Avenue Southeast near Eastern Avenue when someone opened fire. Police say the man has gunshot wounds to his leg and rear end. They don't know if he was shot twice or if a single shot caused both wounds. But we're told he's going to be okay. There are no suspects in custody this morning, and police are still investigating. Switching gears now, we want to take a minute to get you ready for the holiday weekend, especially those of you who might be skipping town early for Labor Day. If you're leaving West Michigan today, you'll run into construction, but starting tomorrow afternoon at 3, MDOT is putting most of them on hold, so that's definitely good news. Construction will pick up again on Tuesday morning at 6. And here's a look at where gas prices stand right now. The average in West Michigan is about $3.60. GasBuddy.com warns prices are going up and you'll be spending about $3.69 a gallon. You can always find the latest gas prices in your area online at woodtv.com under the News tab. Well, that's all I've got for you right now, so let's go back out to Zeeland West High School.
All right, thank you so
Coco.
much. Yeah. Well, this morning, it's more than just getting you ready for football season. We're also getting you ready to head back to school.
Our back-to-school coverage continues this morning on Daybreak, and let's send things over to Amanda Jarrett, who's taking a look at what teachers are doing at Zeeland Public Schools that's changing the classroom culture. Good morning again, Amanda.
Good morning, Emily. That's right. Well, Zeeland Public Schools, they've used iBooks on their iPads for years, but now this year, their teachers are writing their own iBooks. It's a very cool program. A $25,000 grant from the Holland Zeeland Community Foundation allowed both Holland Public and Zeeland Public to send their teachers back to class, learning how to write their own iBooks for their classrooms. The iBooks can be used without Wi-Fi. They're available in several subjects. They're free and offer everything from standard text to images and video to help further that lesson. Now, we talked to two Zeeland Public School teachers who are launching their own iBooks this school year. They say they looked at what worked and what didn't for their students in old textbooks in the past and allowed them to tailor their lesson plan, making them more interactive than ever before.
It is more engaging for the kids because they know it's something I created. They know it's something that, they're literally hearing my voice on the pages because I've recorded each page as well, so they can actually listen to it as they're reading the content.
It helps me be a better teacher as well. You know, it's something that they're going to be able to walk away with, so how do I make it better for them? And then I can do other things in class too.
The teachers say it's also great because it allows students to work at their own pace. It gives them time to have more one-on-one time with students who may need extra help, as other kids can work through these iBooks as they need to. And now keep in mind, they haven't completely replaced textbooks, but the great thing about the iBooks is they can be automatically updated. Unlike the textbooks that get a little bit dated over time and age, these iBooks don't. They're fresh. They're free to download through the Apple Store. And now with teachers writing their own iBooks, we're probably going to see more roll out this school year. Definitely something I wish we'd had when I was in school. We'll send it back to you guys.
Okay, Amanda, thank you for that report. Well, we are just days away from the start of a brand new school year, and we're still working to get you ready before the big day. So coming up on Tuesday during Daybreak, we're finding out how things are going with the Kalamazoo Promise, which has been up and running for 8.5 years now.
4,000 students that have taken advantage of using the scholarship. 95% of the students that graduate from the Kalamazoo Public Schools now are attempting post-secondary education. So a lot of wonderful things.
We're finding out how the Promise has changed the education field and how it's impacted other districts in West Michigan, other schools in Kalamazoo. That story is coming up Tuesday on Daybreak.
Looking forward to that. Well, we have a whole lot more coming up for you this morning right here on our Football Frenzy edition of Daybreak.
Still ahead, we're hearing from some of the Zeeland West parent boosters about what goes into supporting their athletes.
And of course, we're talking about the frenzy forecast, and I don't feel I'll be twirling or maybe tossing, but I'll definitely be getting you set with what you need to know if you're heading out to the games tonight, tomorrow night, or for the holiday weekend. That's as 24-hour News 8 Daybreak returns live from Zeeland Stadium.
Always tracking, always alerting. This is Storm Team 8.
Of course, we spend a good bit of time talking about the high school athletes, the football players, but of course the dance team here at Zeeland, the Zeeland Dance Ensemble, working so hard to make sure they provide some great entertainment. The band, of course, we talk about color guard, and how about the majorettes? Yeah, this was my hidden talent when I was in high school and in college for a couple years. So what do you think? Should I try to throw it up and see if I can catch it on live television? Okay, another talent, the weather. Let's get right to it. We're talking about a good deal of sunshine today. Clear, cool, and quiet out there this morning. Temperatures are in the 50s. The good news is for those games that are underway tonight, we will be dry heading into what will unfortunately be a occasionally wetter and more humid holiday weekend, and that includes maybe some of those frenzy games for tomorrow. A little on the soggy side. Sunday looks like a dry day and more showers and thunderstorms coming in on Monday, Labor Day itself. Temperatures in the 50s this morning, and as we check out what's going on back to our west, check out the radar scan. We've got some showers and storms back in Iowa and in Kansas and in South Dakota, and those are moving in our direction. The good news is the timing here. It looks like we've got enough dry air in place that the rain won't be moving in until after about 11 o'clock tonight or so. So certainly after the games are over and the stadiums are cleared out. As you can see on the Futurecast computer models, during the day today, we'll enjoy a good bit of sunshine. And then again, the clouds developing and moving in later this evening and tonight. The showers and storms overnight tonight and then into the early part of the day tomorrow. And during the day tomorrow, we'll have to definitely recheck and recalculate the timing of the showers and storms that'll be coming through, because there is certainly the potential that we could see a few showers and storms roll through. Showers and storms continuing into Saturday. At times, it won't be a complete washout. And there you see, again, back to pleasant weather for Sunday. Again, it looks like that could be the dry day in the holiday weekend. More showers and storms on Monday. Looks like we'll start the day Monday dry. The showers and storms arriving. One model brings them in as early as noon, or at least shortly after noon. And then back to school on Tuesday. Looks like the pleasant weather builds back in with sunshine and high temps around or touch above 80. What do you think?
I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. Good work, Terry. Who knew, huh?
All these years. I mean, how long have we worked together?
Yeah,
it's
I know.
like riding a bike.
Yeah, I know.
Riding a bike.
I mean, you brought that baton in here, and I was like, oh, no, she's going to break a hip.
In the crew, I said, should I do it at the desk or over there? And they said, well, we've got all the equipment around here.
Yeah, I know.
They're brutally honest. It's like I have a whole other pack of kids out here, right? They have to be honest with me. So there you go.
I'm a little nervous too. Just
really?
the closeness of us. But that's okay.
I'm going to teach all your girls how to twirl.
Oh, good. Okay.
There you go.
Yes.
My girls weren't interested, so
maybe somebody will be.
We have 4 between the two of us. Maybe you can get one
lessons,
at least.
Yeah, have baton. We'll travel.
All right. Thank you so much, Terry. Stay with us. We're back in about 3 minutes here. You are watching 24-hour News 8 Daybreak live from Zeeland Stadium.
Well, of course, another critical piece of having a successful high school sports program is making sure you have enough money to do things right. And that's where the sports boosters come into play. We have Brian is the president of the Zeeland Athletic Boosters, and we have Joe here as well, the concessions manager, of course, holding a plate of goodies this morning. So let's start off by asking about what exactly the sports boosters do.
We basically have fundraisers, and we raise money for the athletic boosters, or for the ADs, so that they can supplement their funds to buy stuff like speakers and pay for coaches and help reduce the money that parents pay to have their kids do new stuff.
Let's talk about the expense of a high school program. I mean, even football, the equipment, the pads, making sure these kids stay safe. You have all the equipment. I mean, it really, most people just can't wrap their brains around what an expense this is for school districts.
It really is. It's a lot of money, and the parents a lot of times don't understand how much money it costs, and that's what the boosters is all about, is to help reduce those costs, and so that the kids can play and not have to pay as much as they would if we weren't here.
And so is it partial pay to play? In many districts, I know it is.
Well, there's uniforms and there's all kinds of stuff. It's not partial pay to play yet here at Zeeland, and we're fighting hard to keep that away.
Yeah, so you do a lot of stuff. The concession stand, of course, that's a big part of it. Tell us exactly what you do, and boy, how many hot dogs you go through in a football season?
We plan on about 600 tonight, and then we have another game tomorrow. But we have a huge group of parent volunteers who run all the concessions for us. I oversee and watch over them to make sure that it's running smoothly. And we sell the hot dogs, the chips and cheese. We have all the drinks that you can think of, all the candy, popcorn.
And of course, your menu has to change based on the weather, because you're not going to sell a lot of hot chocolate tonight. But
exactly.
In November, you better have a bunch of it.
We do. We have 5 pots of hot chocolate going every night. when it's cold.
You know, and Zeeland is an interesting community because you combine so much of your resources when it comes to the athletics. We saw the combined dance team here, and certainly the facilities. Is that why you bring everybody together under one umbrella, the parents from Zeeland East and West working together?
Well, you know, it really is one school with two athletic programs. My kids, I have 3 kids in the school system, and they have friends from both schools. And you know, my son said to me the other day, the only problem about playing East is that if they win, his friends lose. You know, and it's not separate schools. It's really one school. But the great part is, you know, there's so much more opportunity. 70% of the students have an opportunity to do something extracurricular in Zeeland schools.
Yeah, and that's really a reason why families move to a community like this, because the participation is such a great opportunity across the board. Well, thanks so much. We'll say go Ducks and go Chicks, right?
That's right.
Because we're fans of everybody out here in Zeeland. Hey, stay right there. More of Daybreak when we come back live from Zeeland Stadium. Don't go away.
Welcome back. It's 5:23. It's still August, and school hasn't even started yet for most students. For some, it's well underway. So the last thing we should be thinking about is snow in winter.
Yeah, but we're learning because last winter was so bad, road commissioners are looking at a big price hike on road salt. And Tom Hillen explains how much money salt could cost this year.
It wasn't that long ago that our driveways, cars, sidewalks, and streets were covered in snow and ice. And it won't be too much longer before they are again. But this year, it will cost road commissions much more to salt the roads.
We expected to see some kind of an increase. We were hoping something for much smaller than 20+%.
Last winter, the Kent County Road Commission laid down more than 57,000 tons of salt at just over $54 a ton. This year, that salt will cost more than $66 a ton. And if the Road Commission uses as much as it did last year, it's looking at a nearly $700,000 increase in its salt costs.
If we have to spend that, we're going to spend it in winter. We'll do everything we can to conserve, put it down at the right temperatures, make sure it's spread at the right rates. But ultimately, we're going to spend that money during winter if we have to. So what that means is a bottom line budget is when the money comes out of there, less money is available for summertime repairs.
We talked with a supply company. They say the reason for the hike is simple economics, supply and demand. Supply is low because of last year's winter, and demand remains high.
There are only a limited number of suppliers. So do you feel like you're kind of getting gouged? Well, if I go to the store and pay 22% more, I'm not liking it. Gouged, I don't know if I'd use that word, but we're certainly paying top dollar for it.
Tom Hillen reporting. Byrne also says we're looking at a 1-2 punch for next year. Not only will they likely be spending pothole money on salt, but he's already hearing from some asphalt suppliers that the cost for asphalt is also going up next year.
Man, when's the next time we're going to do a story about things going down in price here? It seems like everything's going up in price. From meat to fruit to asphalt to salt.
And it looks like a hard winter coming up, too.
Don't
Another
say that,
hard one.
Terry.
I know. Sorry about that. Looking ahead at every indication.
Oh, man. All right, well, stay with us. We have a lot more coming up right here on Daybreak, broadcasting live from Zeeland Stadium this morning. We'll be right back.